What's up, guys? So, headed to the gym right now. I was able to get off work early, so I usually do a caffeine-free pre-workout, but today I had some materia by my friend Derek Charlebois, or Charleboy. I'm not sure how to say it. Blue raspberry flavor. Fucking awesome. Um, so, yeah, it's going to be a good day, good week of training. It's one of those things where, I just woke up. I don't know how to describe it. Very focused. Like, I had these jeans I wanted to wear, these black ones right here, Barbell Apparel. I guess I got too fat, button flew off maybe 3 months ago. So I said, I want to wear these today. So I got a bolt and nut, and I was able to put a bolt through my jeans, and I'm able to wear it. So it's a good day. I'm super excited about that. Probably more excited than I should be, honestly. But headed to go train right now, squats and bench, and then we'll see what I have time for. So first of all, I want to thank everybody who watched my last video and was able to make it through with that terrible audio quality. It's actually kind of funny to try to hear what I'm saying. I got a lot of feedback on that, so I apologize for that. And for all the people who said they liked the video and actually watched to the end, I appreciate you. Anyways, in this video, I kind of want to talk about my undulation pattern for squat, bench, deadlift, some cues, and then dieting and overreaching in the same week. So that's what I'm doing this week. This was 300 for fours, as you can see here. This felt pretty tough. It actually looks a lot easier than it felt. There were some slow reps, none that I had to question what was going on, but it was harder than kind of I expected looking at the sheet going in. Definitely overreached here. This was my fourth week of this block, so I'm tapering now as I do the voiceover. Some cues I'm using here is to keep my glutes and my upper back tight at the same time. So I squeeze my glutes without hyperextending, and be sure to keep my back tight throughout the whole rep, because that's something I kind of felt like I was losing some tightness and kind of falling forward a little bit. So you'll see here that I do a good job of not only keeping the bar path good and straight, but also keeping my upper back tight. Here especially. This is the third set, 300 for four. You will notice that the bar is a little bit uneven. That's not something I really worry about, to be honest. It's probably just a trap, or upper thoracic is a little off on one side. It kind of evens itself out as the set goes off, but overall really happy with that. This, I think, my drop off set at 280. So I do 3 main sets, then 2 back off sets of most exercises, just to get a little bit more volume in. That's not considered junk volume. I still practice the movement, but it's not necessarily there's not as much of a risk, if you drop 15 to 20 pounds per movement. And this gets, a lot harder as you're dieting. Like when I'm in a surplus for periods of time, the drop off sets feel easy to me, but during only an overreaching phase, but also the first week of dieting, it felt kind of tough. I was very assertive in my deficit. So this set was my first set of bench, and usually I don't want to attribute it to dieting that it went so poorly. I think I didn't set up right, but this was supposed to be 260 for 6. I ended up getting 1 rep, as you'll see, and it just did not go well. I didn't set up right. I didn't spend any time focusing. I'm like, oh no. So I put it back, and then I decided to go again and get the last 5 reps, which I was really happy I was able to do, because it was my first set. I was actually kind of nervous what was going to happen the rest of this, but I can see my bar path is pretty bad here. One thing I noticed with one of the cues I wanted to give in this video is to put your feet, place them first and point them outwards. This really helps me. As you can see, I want to lift my butt, but if I point them outwards, I'm really not able to. So slightly like that, and you can push as hard as you want outwards, and it's not going to raise your butt off the ground. I wish my foot was a little flatter there, but I'm pretty sure I got a side video later that shows that they are flat. It's just odd placements, because I get really tight hip flexors if I do a good job of getting in the right position. And usually for me, when I start dieting, my bench is the first thing to go. So when I tested back in December, I think it was December 3rd, I hit a 335 bench. So I'm hoping somewhere between 345 and 355 here, but I don't know. We'll see. Just one of those things where it's not the easiest thing. And I should tell you about also my undulation pattern. For bench, I am doing a 6-4-2. So the first day of bench is I bench Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'll do 6 reps. On Wednesday, I'll do 4 reps. And on Tuesday, I will do doubles. So as you'll see later. This is a good way to spread intensity and volume throughout the week. Oh, I almost failed there, but dropped it and ended up making it. That was a drop off set too. No, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Yeah, so that's just the way I manipulate volume there. So this is 365 for deadlifts. Really not too much to say here. I do an over-under grip just so I can keep my back flatter, because I had the deadlift is a hip extension, and I would really round my back, and it would cause me a tremendous amount of pain the following day. So I decided to keep my back straighter, even though that meant taking pounds off the bar. Next week I'm looking at my sheet, and I think I have like 395 or 400. So we're starting to get a little closer to an actual, like 6.5 RP, but we'll see. It's been a while since I've pulled from the floor, because as I mentioned in my last video, my back felt a little funny in October, so I said, there's no point in deadlifting from the floor, risk of injury if I have no reason to, basically. So that was all I did on Monday. Realized it was a lot, but this is basically a bro workout. I did some leg extensions, some leg curls, and then my favorite back movement, which is the Superman rows, which you'll see here. This is all sped up because this isn't as fun to watch as the squat, bench, or deadlift. I do a little bit of 5 sets of quads and 5 sets of hamstrings. That's pretty much it. And I do a ton of volume for hypertrophy movements. If anyone wants to see more of those, I'll gladly show them more, because I'd spend a ton of time in the gym, not only squatting, benching, and deadlifting, but also doing back, shoulders, arms, like the bro stuff too, which I enjoy. I don't know if you saw after the Superman row, it was tough to breathe, which was strange. So I might take those out, or you take off the handles and do like a seal row type thing, which it almost pretty much is, but we'll see. So this is Wednesday, my next bench day. I think I only recorded 1 set that I'll show here. And yeah, it was the shirtless one. I forgot my Lockdown Co. Bench, I don't grip, whatever you think. You throw it on the bench and you kind of stick to the bench a little bit. And Trevor, my friend Trevor Corrado, was always benches shirtless. And I think squats shirtless too. But he recommended I try shirtless. As you can see, my feet here are a lot better position. And that arch is honestly awesome. Bar path is awesome. Really happy with how this whole actually day went. And then this Friday, where I squatted and benched again, and I'm only, like I mentioned in the last video, deadlifting once. Today I was able to train with Zane and Richie, 2 of my friends. They were able to critique and basically tell me how terrible my squat was. And it actually, it looks like I'm off a little bit, like leaning towards one side, but I think it's just the angle. And the cue here was to keep the back tight, but I really lost it, especially on that second rep, and it actually got progressively worse as it went on. It wasn't crazy about this camera angle, but you can definitely see my depth is a lot better in regards to not going quite so deep, but these just felt really slow, especially this last, even the back offset, which again, I kind of contribute to dieting and lower calories. And the bar path on here was horrendous. Falling forward a little bit and just all over the place. Hips are shooting up. Something I'm kind of looking for and going to try to stop in the future, but it's one of those things where it kind of happens when not only are you fatigued, but it's also a decent percentage of your 1 rep max. I was super happy with these bench sets, by the way. Bar path on there was awesome again. So I say I had I expected a bad week from dieting, but it actually went really well. And I actually used my belt that set just to see how it would go. I did notice the bar path was really good, but it was also like my second set. So it's one of those things where my first set is always kind of the worst because I'm not completely warmed up, I don't think. This looks pretty good. Yeah, so that's basically my week of training. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will be happy to answer any of them for you. Thanks for watching.